SPORK って何? What is a SPORK? Huh? You guys don't know how to eat? That's weird!
Yes, another British chef making Asian food.
Who is
Uncle
Nigella
Roger gonna review Nigella Lawson making ramen.
I'm in no mood for that noise and chaos of a noodle bar, so I make my own.
Oh my god, her face and kitchen so pretty. Nigella Lawson is MILF, mother I like to fry rice for.
MILF. Wait, I forgot what is a MILF. Mature, ripe woman who divorced with husband?
I've been told in no uncertain...
Hi, just start video, and I already see it BBC.
Oh, wait, this is the BBC? She's on the BBC TV? It's a BBC is a TV show? Like British basic customer? What is that called? BBC is what?
The thing is, when I need the cosseting that only a bowl of ramen can give, I'm in no mood for that noise and chaos of a noodle bar.
Uncle Roger have to admit, this is the most beautiful kitchen I seen. This kitchen too sexy. This not atmosphere for making food. This atmosphere for making baby. How many Christmas lights you need to make?
Actually, she's very pretty, but this place is definitely not for her to make the ramen. This place looks like she's gonna make like Italian pasta and like super high classic, fantastic carpaccio.
My own. And I start with the Japanese broth, dashi.
Dashi, okay, correct, good start. But this camera guy, I think he know what he doing. Yes. Why showing us this angle? I think all my nephew, third leg standing up now. Hiya. Pay attention to food,
What
not to
is
the
she
two
talking
other
about?
things. Niece and nephew, don't be dirty. Uncle Roger watching this video because I like ramen, not for any other reason.
And what goes in is all important. Dried shiitake mushrooms already sliced.
See that angle again?
And we are firmly back in the universe of umami now.
Is this okay? But here she already have a dashi, right? Why she has to put the mushroom to get more dashi? I don't know. I don't understand. I never seen this.
Never have too much of its spicy warmth.
Okay, I like that she don't even measure. She just use feeling. Or as chef once say, she just throw.
You just throw.
But why this motion at the end? I think this just for camera. When Uncle Roger say use finger, that's not what I mean. Proper chef, super busy in restaurant. No time for elegant fingering.
確かに。
So I don't soak the dried mushrooms because I do it as I cook. This needs
この人は誰なの? Who is this lady, by the way? Chef? Famous chef? Nigella Lawson?
to come to a boil. First, little stir, and I should be ashamed to admit, eat with chopsticks, but I can stir with one.
Of course you can't eat with chopstick. You're supposed to use two of them. I think Nigella don't know how chopstick work. Who stir with one chopstick?
One chopstick is broke.
Like wearing only one shoe. Nigella, why don't you give Uncle Roger your phone number and address? I send you my chopstick for free. Ex-wife Auntie Helen, gone for good. So Uncle Roger available.
Uncle Roger available.
And just about the one thing I remember from physics at school, thank you Mr. Clark, is that
こういう人みんな好きじゃない? Everybody, all guys love this kind of like lady. Sexy, and her voice is like, oh yes, hello boys, you know?
that if you put a lid on, everything comes to the boil faster.
Is that the only thing you remember from physics? Then Mr. Clark fucked up. Niece and nephew, don't go to that school.
And it boils. And you can see the mushrooms are beginning to plump up, but they're going to plump up even more and lose their flavour into the broth.
Only put mushroom in broth for 2 minutes and you think it's gonna flavor the broth high.
なんかさ、ちょっと待って。Is she making the ramen, right? なんか ramen broth gonna be very light because it's only dashi, right? Dashi is usually for us to make like a very light meal, daily meal, which is like nikujaga toka, like some soup toka. You will use a lot of dashi. But Greg, what's up? How you doing? Hi. Like, if you make the ramen, you're gonna use the bone, chicken bone, pork bone, whatever the bone, and then make the ramen soup very like fatty and oily.
That's not enough time. What reality you live in? The mushroom just met the broth. They don't even have time to be friends yet. Where's the flavor? You need an hour at least.
Lid on, so everything stays trapped in the pan.
すごい綺麗. So
This is baby
pretty.
pak choi, but
Why her knife so small?
Oh yeah. She's using the 果物ナイフじゃない? Isn't it like knife for the fruits? フルーツナイフじゃんこれ. Isn't it a fruits knife?
Asian cooking, we love using big knife. It's faster. Your knife so small. By the time you finish cutting, they will.
We never use that. That's a Chinese knife. No, that's not wrong. Hey, I want to say something to the Uncle Roger. Uncle Roger always say Asian knife, Asian chicken, Asian things. But actually, whatever he say is only Chinese. Because we as the Japanese or even Korean people, we don't use this kind of knife. No, only Chinese.
Knife. It's faster. Your knife so small. By the time you finish cutting, there will be COVID-20.
but I make it like this because the first time I ever cooked it, I came back home one evening.
Why she's using the hands like... It's like breaking the bone.
I came back home one evening.
Twisting to somebody's like neck there. Like... Actually scary.
Nigella is saying to all the nephew out there, don't think dirty or else this is what I'm gonna do to your third leg.
The radishes these days always have them in the fridge. Food of the gods.
Fruits god. Wait, so, okay. One thing is like about the Western ladies, right? They must have eyelash. So bling bling. Food of God.
Food of God? No. Food of the God is MSG. God don't like radish. God like magic white powder.
Not to say like a MSG, not to say MSG, but we say food of God is maybe chicken stock.
Radish is food of rabbit, not food of God. If radish is food of God, Uncle Roger rather go to hell.
And now into this delicate but deep broth goes
Not deep, no flavor.
of the baby pak choi.
これ何? これは it's just a vegetable soup かな? Is it just a vegetable soup? I mean, it's just a soup. It's okay. But even for the soup, there's not enough umami. You know, the umami comes from the garlic and ginger, which cook with the oil. Yeah, especially that's a Chinese recipe. The garlic and ginger always cook with sesame oil or whatever oil, and then you guys cook it first, and then get the umami flavor stronger, and then we put the dashi on it. And before putting garlic and ginger, and then we're gonna cook the vegetable. And make the vegetable like cook a little bit so that all the umamis come out. And then finally you put the soup. That's how we get the umami soup.
Along with the peppery juiciness of the radishes.
This woman really like her radish. Is she lobbyist for big radish?
This ramen seems like she make the ramen from what she kind of imagine Japanese ramen.
Usually for ramen, the topping and broth you mix separately. Because if bok choy in broth too long, it becomes soggy and gross. Also, nobody really put radish in ramen. Yeah.
No radish, no pak choy, nothing.
And now a final flurry of flavorings to augment what's already in the pan. A husky hit
Very
of miso.
Western.
A husky hit of miso.
Oh? What? So she tried to make the miso ramen. That's not enough. And miso is very gentle food. You should not use the fire to cook the miso. Once you already miso soup is done, and then finally, after you stop the fire, and then finally you put the miso in it.
Who knew husky hit just meant tablespoon? This woman English so good. Uncle Roger gonna call it my microwave from now on.
Milk, full fat, which I've warmed in the microwave.
Microwave? Is that how English people pronounce the microwave? This is Chinese soy sauce. I can see from a label. You know why? Look at the bottle. Look at the bottle design. As a Japanese people, we never use the yellow and blue together. The design is so lame. So this is 100% a Chinese soy sauce.
That not enough.
And the merest drop of toasted sesame oil.
No, don't put mirrors drop. Hiya.
It's olive oil. Wait, it's a sesame oil, right? Sesame oil is just before eating it.
You small, so stingy, this woman. Is she trying to save money? Also, she have her own crazy measurement system.
A husky hit dash and the merest drop.
Hiya, just say use feeling. She described her cooking like she writing poem. Is she?
Whose recipe is she using it? I just wonder.
Chef or is she English teacher?
And the leaves of the baby pak choi go in. And another stir.
One chopstick again.
The leaves need the merest wilting and miso.
네, これ絶対ラーメンじゃない! This is like weird miso soupy something with Chinese leaves. You guys say she's a chef on the TV show, right? So I think if I go to UK, I can be a TV chef as well.
Miso cannot boil, she correct. But this not right way.
Oh, wait. She's British? Oh, this is a UK TV show. Now I understand. It's okay. She can do whatever she wants. Now I understand they don't have a sense of cooking. I see. This is how the UK people cook.
This not right way to make flavoring for your ramen soup. Japanese people, they call this soup flavoring tare. Tare is the most important element in ramen. Stirring in miso paste is not making proper tare. Hiya, Nigella, just use MSG. Don't bother with your half-ass miso flavoring. MSG make everything better, including your shit ramen skill.
My ramen requires 2 more elements.
Tamago?
First, an egg.
Egg too white. You need to marinate.
Second, noodles. I mean, I cooked these before.
What is that things is? This look like a Maggi mee. Maggi mee from Malaysia. This is not ramen noodle at all. I don't know what is this. Shirataki noodle?
Noodle. Usually ramen noodle, yellow in color. Why this noodle so white? Kinda sus. I think it not ramen noodle.
But it doesn't matter that they're cold because the heat of the broth will warm them.
So she boiled everything. In Japan noodle, we cook the veggies separately. I mean, if I make the noodle at home, definitely become like this. I have no idea how to make the noodle.
I could eat this just as it is, but I feel it incumbent upon me to arrange it in a calming Japanese order.
Where got calming? Where got calming? This bowl of noodles stressing Uncle Roger out.
Arrange it in a calming Japanese order.
You call
It's
this
so messy and gucha gucha. This ramen look like the kids left over food.
You're not arranging, you're just poking. Uncle Roger never say, I gonna arrange my table and then go.
kawaii ne. She's so cute.
All that remains for me to do is...
卵が白いよ. If ramen shop egg is like that white inside, I will never ever go to that restaurant anymore.
Okay, egg yolk a bit runny. It's perfect. I give her that.
Sprinkle over the green parts of a spring onion
Spring onion, good.
and a little bit of dried chili.
Dry chili.
Dry chili. Wow, you can't open a ramen shop in Japan because Japanese people don't eat the spicy food.
Uncle Roger would prefer using dry chili to make your tare instead of sprinkling at end. More flavor.
And I don't want to puncture the mood of cozy serenity, but I do have a comedy contraption with which to eat my ramen.
Huh? Spork って何? What is a spork? It looked like spoon is sandwiching fork. It looks so weird. That's fucking weird! You guys don't know how to eat! At least try one time in your lifetime to practice how to hold the chopstick. In Japan, we don't have a fork spoon whatsoever in the ramen shop. If you ask the fork in the ramen shop, get it out. If you have used a chopstick, this is the slurping. We must slurp for the ramen. Our love towards ramen is not like just num num yo. Our love towards ramen. We are the Japanese. We love ramen.
Is she using SPORK? SPORK for ramen? Hi, maybe that's why Nigella don't go to noodle bar anymore. She banned from all of them because she bring her own SPORK there.
Yeah.
Fork for the noodles.
Wait, this look like when you eat the pasta. That make a lot of sense actually. Pasta, you and eat it with a spork. Easy. But this is not pasta, it's the ramen.
Ramen have 5 components. Soup, tare, noodle, topping, and oil. Soup, she used dashi. Okay. Tare don't exist. You can't just put miso in and call it tare. Noodle. It looked like she used wrong type of noodle. Topping, egg and spring onion. Okay. Oil. She only used 2 drops of sesame oil. Hiya, not enough. So she only get 2 out of 5 components right. Hiya. At least this ramen somewhat homemade. She didn't just use instant ramen and put topping on there. So still better than Jamie Oliver and his packet rice. Nigella. Uncle Roger single now.
Jamie Oliver used a soba noodle for ramen.
Hopefully one day I can make egg fried rice for you.
I just wonder how he knows so much things about Japanese food.